Hello everyone. Welcome back to our channel, Canada Immigration. We hope you're doing great. In this video, we will talk about new Canada PR options for graduate students. Navigating the complex landscape of immigration pathways can be overwhelming, but with the right knowledge and skills, you can find the route that best suits your career and life goals. Whether you're considering the NLPNP International Graduate Category, the Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program, or the OINP Employer Job Offer, Foreign Worker Stream, or the Career Employment Pathway, each program offers unique opportunities for skilled workers and graduates to establish a successful future in Canada. This video will help you understand the essential skills and requirements needed to navigate these immigration streams effectively, ensuring that you make informed decisions on your journey to Canadian residency. All link in the description. You can check all the links if you are interested in this topic. So, to get all the information, pay attention and watch the video through to the end. Please hit like and subscribe, and don't forget to push the notification bell for an upcoming video. So, without any further delay, let's jump into the video. The British Columbia Provincial Nominee Program Skills Immigration Stream is a valuable pathway for skilled workers and recent graduates to achieve permanent residency in British Columbia. This video is designed to meet the labor market needs of the province by attracting individuals with the necessary skills, experience, and qualifications. The Skills Immigration Stream consists of 5 distinct pathways, each tailored to specific skill sets, experiences, and educational backgrounds. Furthermore, 4 of these streams offer an Express Entry British Columbia option, which can expedite the permanent residency process through the Federal Express Entry system. Skills Immigration Streams Overview. The Skills Immigration Stream is divided into 5 categories, each with its eligibility criteria. These categories are Skilled Worker, Health Authority, Entry-Level and Semi-Skilled, International Graduate, International Postgraduate, Skilled Worker Stream. The Skilled Worker Stream is designed for individuals with experience in professional, managerial, technical, trade, or other occupations classified under the National Occupational Classification Tier 0, 1, 2, or 3. To qualify, applicants must have a full-time, indeterminate job offer from a BC employer, relevant qualifications, at least 2 years of work experience in the applicable NOC category, and meet language proficiency and wage requirements. The job offer need not be indeterminate if it is in a priority technology occupation or classified under NOC 41200, university professors and lecturers. Applicants in this stream can also opt for the EBC pathway, which can fast-track their federal permanent residency application. Health Authority Stream. The Health Authority Stream is aimed at individuals working for a health authority in British Columbia, including physicians, nurse practitioners, and midwives. Unlike other streams, applicants do not need to register. They can directly apply to the BC PNP if they meet the necessary qualifications. A key requirement is a full-time, indeterminate job offer from a BC Public Health Authority or a letter confirming employment as a healthcare professional. This stream also offers the EBC option, which provides additional points in the Federal Express Entry Pool. Entry-Level and Semi-Skilled Stream. The ELSS stream targets workers in specific industries such as tourism, hospitality, and food processing, and those in the Northeast Development Region of BC. To qualify, applicants must have a full-time, indeterminate job offer in an eligible occupation, 9 months of full-time work experience with the employer, and meet language and wage requirements. Notably, this stream does not offer the EBC option, which may lengthen the pathway to permanent residency. International Graduate Stream. The International Graduate Stream is available to recent graduates from eligible Canadian post-secondary institutions who have completed their studies within the last 3 years. Applicants must have a full-time, indeterminate job offer in a NOC Tier 1, 2, or 3 occupation. Management occupations, NOC Tier 0, are excluded from this stream. Language proficiency, wage requirements, and the ability to support oneself and dependents are also necessary. This stream includes the EBC option for faster processing. International Postgraduate Stream. The International Postgraduate Stream is designed for recent graduates with a master's or doctoral degree from an eligible BC post-secondary institution. Unlike other streams, applicants do not need a job offer to apply. This stream is open to graduates from natural, applied, or health sciences programs, as well as doctoral students admitted to candidacy in any field of study. As with other streams, the EBC option is available. Application process. The application process for the British Columbia PNP involves several steps: selecting a stream, registering, if applicable, waiting for an invitation to apply, submitting an application, and receiving a nomination. Each stream has specific criteria, and it is essential to review the Skills Immigration Program Guide thoroughly before starting the process. Registration is free and conducted online through British Columbia PNP Online, where applicants create a profile, select their stream, and complete all necessary sections. Special priorities and pilot programs. The British Columbia PNP also focuses on specific priority occupations in sectors such as childcare, construction, healthcare, technology, and veterinary care. Targeted invitations to apply are issued to workers in these sectors who meet additional criteria. Additionally, British Columbia participates in the Economic Mobility Pathways Pilot, a federal initiative that provides an economic pathway for skilled refugees, further enhancing the inclusivity and reach of the British Columbia PNP. The British Columbia PNP Skills Immigration Stream is a robust program that offers various pathways to permanent residency in British Columbia tailored to the diverse needs of the province's labour market. Whether you are a skilled worker, healthcare professional, recent graduate, or working in a semi-skilled position, there is a stream that can help you achieve your goal of settling permanently in British Columbia. Newfoundland and Labrador Provincial Nominee Program International Graduate Category. The Newfoundland and Labrador Provincial Nominee Program International Graduate Category offers a unique opportunity for international graduates who aspire to make Newfoundland and Labrador their permanent home. This pathway to permanent residence is designed to retain skilled individuals who have completed their studies in Canada and wish to contribute to the province's economy and society. Eligibility requirements for NLPNP International Graduate Category. To qualify for this category, applicants must meet several criteria, ensuring they are well prepared to integrate into the province's workforce and community. Post-graduation work permit, PGWP. Applicants must hold a valid PGWP with at least 4 months of validity remaining at the time of their application. Employment criteria. Job offer. Applicants need a full-time job offer in a NOC Tier Level 0, 1, 2, or 3 occupations, or a Tier 4, in-demand, occupation. The job must guarantee a minimum of 30 hours per week, be at least 1 year in duration, and have a reasonable expectation of extension. Employer. The job offer must come from an eligible Newfoundland and Labrador employer and meet provincial employment standards, including regional or national prevailing wage rates. Qualifications. Applicants must possess the necessary qualifications, skills, and accreditation for the job as outlined by the NOC Code requirements. Personal criteria. Age. Applicants must be between 21 and 59 years old. Settlement intent. They must demonstrate the intention and ability to settle permanently in Newfoundland and Labrador, along with any accompanying family members. Financial stability. Applicants must have sufficient settlement funds and financial resources to establish themselves and their dependents in the province. Job relevance to field of study. For graduates of Memorial University or College of the North Atlantic, the job does not need to be directly related to their field of study, provided it meets specific criteria, including being a NOC Tier 0, 1, 2, or 3 occupations. Graduates from other Canadian institutions must hold a job that is directly related to their field of study and must work in the province for at least 1 year before applying to the Newfoundland and Labrador Provincial Nominee Program. Language proficiency. Applicants in Tier 4, in-demand, occupations must submit valid language proficiency test results, such as IELTS, CELPIP, TEF Canada, or TCF Canada, with scores meeting the minimum requirements. Ineligible applicants. Certain conditions render applicants ineligible for the Newfoundland and Labrador Provincial Nominee Program International Graduate Category, such as 1. Incomplete studies. 2. Obligations to return to their home country post-graduation due to sponsorship. 3. Criminal records or unresolved legal disputes. 4. Misrepresentation in the application process. 5. Application process and required documentation. Applicants must include their spouse, common law partner, and dependent children in the application. Key documents required include recent police certificates for applicants and their dependents, translations of non-English or non-French documents, and certified copies of original documents. All translations must be accurate and certified by an appropriate authority. Applicant responsibilities. Throughout the application process, applicants must promptly inform the Provincial Immigration Officer or the Office of Immigration and Multiculturalism of any changes in their situation, such as changes in marital status, employment, or address. Failure to do so could result in the refusal of the application or cancellation of the nomination. Application submission. Applicants can submit their Newfoundland and Labrador Provincial Nominee Program application online and will receive regular updates as their application progresses. It is important to complete and submit the application within 90 days of initiation, as applications not submitted within this timeframe will expire. By following these guidelines and meeting the necessary criteria, international graduates can take a significant step towards making Newfoundland and Labrador their permanent home through the Newfoundland and Labrador Provincial Nominee Program International Graduate Category. Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program, Atlantic International Graduate Program. This is not a legal document. The explanations and definitions are not legal definitions. In case of a discrepancy between the language in this document and the relevant legislation or regulations, the legal text in the legislation and regulations prevails. For legal information, consult the following documents: Immigration and Refugee Protection Act, Immigration and Refugee Protection Regulations. Before you apply, the Atlantic Immigration Pilot, Canada encourages applications for permanent residence from people with abilities, education, and work experience that will contribute to the Canadian economy. The Atlantic Immigration Pilot allows Atlantic provincial governments to choose immigrants according to the economic needs of the province. Who may use this application? You may apply through the Atlantic Immigration Pilot if you meet the eligibility requirements and plan to settle permanently in one of these Atlantic provinces: New Brunswick, Newfoundland and Labrador, Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island. Provincial endorsement. Before you can apply to immigrate to Canada through the Atlantic Immigration Pilot, you must first receive an endorsement letter from an Atlantic province. Each province has its own application and endorsement procedures. However, IRCC has the authority to make the final decision on an application for permanent residence using existing selection and admissibility criteria. This includes security, criminal, and medical screening for candidates with Atlantic endorsement letters and valid job offers in one of the Atlantic provinces. For more information about how to become endorsed by an Atlantic province, or to learn which employers are hiring under this program, contact the provinces below: New Brunswick, Newfoundland and Labrador, Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island. Eligibility requirements. To be eligible for this program, you must meet the minimum requirements outlined below. Job offer. You must have a job offer that is: 1. From a designated employer in an Atlantic province. 2. Full-time and non-seasonal. 3. A one-year contract, and 4. For an occupation that is in one of these national occupational classification groups. 1. NOC skill type 0, management jobs such as restaurant manager, mine manager, etc. 2. NOC skill level A, professional jobs such as doctors, dentists, architects, etc. 3. NOC skill level B, technical jobs and skilled trades such as chefs, electricians, plumbers, etc. 4. NOC skill level C, intermediate jobs such as long-haul truck drivers, butchers, food and beverage servers, etc. For more information, see National Occupational Classifications. You must submit an offer of employment, IMM 5650, with your application. Your employer must complete this form and the employer must send you a copy. You must read and sign the declaration at the bottom of the copy and submit it with your application. Education. To apply for the Atlantic International Graduate Program, you must meet the education requirements below. 1. You received, as a full-time student, a minimum 2-year post-secondary diploma, certificate, trade, or apprenticeship credential from a school that is on the list of publicly funded educational institutions in the Atlantic region. 2. You lived in an Atlantic province for at least 16 months within the 24 months before you obtained your educational credential. See the document checklist for examples of documents you should submit. 3. You graduated within the last 24 months before you apply, and 4. You had valid or legal temporary resident status throughout your stay in Canada. See the document checklist for examples of documents you should submit. Some educational credentials are not eligible. Your educational credential is not eligible if you 1. Studied English or French as a second language for more than half of the program. 2. Did distance learning for more than half of the program. 3. Received a scholarship or fellowship stipulating that you return to your home country to apply your knowledge and skills. Language requirements. 1. You must have a level 4 in the Canadian language benchmark or the Niveau de compétence linguistique canadiens for listening, speaking, reading, and writing. 2. You will need to do mandatory language testing and submit your results with your application. 3. If you have already done language testing, your test results must not be more than 2 years old on the date your application is received. Applicants inside Canada. If you are applying from inside Canada, you must submit proof that you have a valid immigration status. Your status must be valid on the day you submit your application. See the document checklist for examples of documents you should submit. How do I know if I have a valid immigration status? When you arrived in Canada and gave your passport to the officer, they authorized your stay by placing a stamp on your passport and/or issuing an additional document. Check your passport. If you find a stamp, it should look like one of these. For example, if the officer specified a date as shown in the above illustration, your temporary resident status would expire on June 30, 1993. If there is no stamp, a handwritten date, or document in your passport, your temporary resident status will expire 6 months from the day you arrived in Canada. If you were given a visitor record, study, or work permit, the expiry date is marked on the document. Funds needed to settle in Canada. The Government of Canada provides no financial support to new immigrants. You must prove that you have enough money unencumbered by debts or obligations to support yourself and your family members after you arrive in Canada. You must submit proof with your application to show that you have enough money to support yourself and your family after you arrive in Canada. Examples of documents you can submit are: 1. Current bank statements or certification letter. 2. Proof of your savings balance. 3. Deposit statements. You cannot borrow this money from another person. You must be able to use this money to pay the costs of living for your family, even if they are not coming with you. The amount of money you need to support your family is set by the size of your family. We update these amounts every year. We strongly recommend that you research the cost of living in the region of Canada where you plan to live. Bring with you as much money as possible to make your establishment in Canada easier. OINP Employer Job Offer, Foreign Worker Stream. The Employer Job Offer, Foreign Worker Stream is a pathway for foreign workers with a skilled job offer in Ontario to apply for permanent residence in Canada. This stream is a part of the Ontario Immigrant Nominee Program and is designed to meet the needs of Ontario's labour market by allowing employers to fill vacancies that cannot be met by local talent. To qualify, your job offer must be in a skilled occupation under the Training, Education, Experience, and Responsibilities Category 0, 1, 2, or 3 of the National Occupational Classification. The program is open to foreign workers both inside and outside of Canada. Before you can apply, you must first register in the OINP's Expression of Interest (EOI) system and receive an invitation to apply. Upon receiving an invitation, you can submit an online application to be nominated by the Ontario government for permanent residence. If nominated, the final step is to apply to the federal government through Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada, which will make the final decision on your permanent residence application. Steps to apply. 1. Register an expression of interest. The first step in the process is to register in the OINP system. This step is critical as it puts you in the pool of candidates from which invitations to apply are issued. It's important to ensure that all information provided is accurate and complete, as any discrepancies can lead to withdrawal or rejection of your application. 2. Receive an invitation to apply. After registering your you will need to wait for an ETA. The selection process is competitive and based on factors such as your job offer, work experience, and language skills. Once you receive an ETA, you must act quickly as there is a deadline for submitting your application. 3. Submit your application. If you receive an ETA, the next step is to submit your application online through the OINP portal. If you are using a representative to assist with your application, make sure they are properly registered, as applications submitted by unregistered representatives will be invalid and withdrawn. After submitting your application, you will need to wait for the OINP to process it and potentially request additional information or documents. Job Offer Requirements. To be eligible under the Employer Job Offer, Foreign Worker Stream, the job offer must meet specific criteria. Full-time and permanent, the job offer must be for a full-time position, defined as at least 1,560 hours per year, or 30 hours per week. It must also be permanent, meaning it should not have an end date. Seasonal or contract-based jobs are not eligible. Eligible occupation, the job must be in a skilled occupation categorized under Tier 0, 1, 2, or 3 of the NOC. Median wage level, the offered wage must meet or exceed the median wage level for that occupation in the specific region of Ontario where you will be working. This ensures that the job offer is competitive and fair, both to you and within the local labor market. Urgent necessity to the employer, the position must be urgently necessary for the employer's business, meaning it should align with the employer's existing operations and be critical for maintaining or expanding business activities. Work based in Ontario, the work associated with the job offer must be primarily conducted in Ontario. Applicant Requirements. After receiving an ETA, you must meet several criteria to proceed. Expression of Interest and ETA. You must have received an ETA and apply within the specified deadline. Additionally, you must demonstrate that you meet the qualifications and requirements stated in your work experience or license. Depending on your occupation, you must either have the required work experience or a valid license from the relevant Ontario regulatory body. The work experience must be at least 2 years of full-time work, or equivalent part-time work, in the same occupation as the job offer within the last 5 years. Intention to live in Ontario. You must show a genuine intention to reside in Ontario, which can be demonstrated through various ties to the province, such as work history, property ownership, or family connections. Legal status in Canada, if applicable. If applying from within Canada, you must have legal status, such as a work or study permit, at the time of application and should maintain this status until nomination. Employer requirements. Your employer must meet several conditions to support your application. Active business. The employer must have been actively operating for at least 3 years in a business premises in Ontario where you will work. Revenue requirements. The employer must meet specific revenue thresholds based on the location of the job. For example, employers in the Greater Toronto Area must have a minimum of $1 million in gross annual revenue, while those outside the GTA must have at least $500,000. Full-time employees. Employers must also meet requirements regarding the number of full-time employees who are Canadian citizens or permanent residents. This number varies based on the job location. Reasonable recruitment efforts. Employers must demonstrate that they made reasonable efforts to recruit a Canadian citizen or permanent resident before offering the job to a foreign worker unless the worker already has a valid work permit in Ontario. Scoring factors. Once you register in A, you will be assigned points based on various factors such as the NOC tier category of your job offer, wage level, work experience, language skills, and location of the job. These points determine your ranking in the pool and your likelihood of receiving an ETA. In conclusion, the Employer Job Offer, Foreign Worker Stream provides a structured pathway for foreign workers to obtain permanent residence in Ontario, Canada. By meeting the job offer, applicant, and employer requirements, and by strategically navigating the A and ETA processes, you can increase your chances of success in this video. Career Employment Pathway. The Career Employment Pathway provides faster nomination pathways for post-secondary students who graduate and find long-term employment in Manitoba in an in-demand occupation consistent with their training. If you meet these conditions, you will be eligible to apply to the NLPNP immediately after graduating and obtaining the job offer. If you are an international student who graduated in another province of Canada and/or is not working in an in-demand occupation, you may be eligible to apply under the Skilled Worker in Manitoba pathway. Securing your future in Canada through programs like the NLPNP International Graduate Category, the Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program, or the OINP Employer Job Offer. Foreign Worker Stream requires not just meeting eligibility criteria but also demonstrating the right set of skills and competencies. Whether you're a recent graduate or an experienced worker, understanding these pathways and preparing accordingly can significantly enhance your chances of success. As you take the next steps in your immigration journey, keep in mind that each pathway is an opportunity to contribute to and grow within the vibrant Canadian community. With the right preparation, you're well on your way to achieving your goals. That is all for today. In this video, what are your thoughts on this? Please let us know in the comments section below. Thanks for watching the entire video. Hopefully, the information is useful to you. See you later, in the next video. Till then, take care.